Hi everyone, and thank you so much for coming back. So today is day 7. You've officially made it to a week, so well done for that. And we're going to be continuing with what we introduced in yesterday's session about this connectedness to others and this touch. We're going to be revisiting some of the little flows that we created within the sessions. So do just stick with it. You know, I'm starting to challenge you now and throw some more stuff in, so really trust in yourself and your body. Make any adjustments you need as you're going, and just keep going, you're doing amazing. So again, like always at the beginning of our sessions, we're going to find our way to our mat, our space. Our feet are facing forward, our feet are hip width apart, and we're going to start with this nice bounce again, this charge in space, this energy. Allowing the hands to relax as we're doing this. Feel the tension roll off the shoulders, feeling the tension relieve us from the back of our neck. Feeling all of our toes on the ground. See if you can feel as if they're like laid out. Feeling them spread and relaxed and supporting your body. And then, as we have done for the last few days, we're going to start bringing that up into the swing with our bounces. Coming up to shoulder height, keeping those knees facing forward. And as we've been doing this more and more, we're coming in with more confidence now. We're really taking that space, we're allowing our body to swing, to reach, to maybe dare to go a little bit faster. Seeing what happens. Outstretching in the fingers, noticing what you're seeing from right to left. And then we're going to bring this open. We're going to allow the arms to swing and hug around us. So making sure we've got the space to do that, following the journey. Allowing the hands to relax and gently tap onto yourself. Being aware of yourself in this space, but the environment around you that you can feel through the airflow and the weightiness of this movement. And remember to tie this all in with our breath as we gently slow down. Inhaling and exhaling where we are. Start by warming up the feet, by lifting up the heels on the right foot, then the left foot, as if you're treading through water. Allowing your body to move naturally with that, however feels right for you today in this moment. Staying with our breath with the inhales and the exhales. Keeping our gaze in front of us. We're not looking up to the ceiling, we're not looking down to our feet. We're here, we're present, we're holding our head up high. You may want to increase the speed a little bit. You may want to bring the hips in slightly. Just have a little play along, see what happens. Remember, this is a judgment-free space. As you may notice, what's happening now is I'm rolling my feet, so my front foot, my right, is coming from the inside to the out, and then I'm swapping left inside to out. And while I'm doing this, my feet are staying planted on the floor, but they're moving around. And allowing this inside out and outside in movement to happen naturally. Not needing to think too much about it. Keeping the toes planted and seeing how much we can open and close. Not over-forcing ourselves, pushing ourselves out of balance. It's having with a play, we're opening up our hips and our knees now. And then we can start to over-exaggerate this into the body. Drawing some hip circles, some twirls. It may look a little bit weird. Bending and stretching as well as we're moving in and out with our right leg. You can either follow along with this or just keep playing and seeing what's working. So moving in and out of my right knee. And I'm going out, my left knee is bending. Staying with your breath. Do the same the other way. So I'm bending. Every time I'm bending, my left knee's coming out. My arms are just naturally swinging. Don't know what's going on there. It's just what they're doing. I'm noticing all this complexity that's happening within my body. My upper and lower body are working. The bending, the straightening, the rotating. Everything that's happened naturally. Knowing it's easy when we're not thinking about it too much. I'm just going to come out of that again, shake off if we need to. And we're going to start by having our left foot forward, our right foot slightly further back as if they're train tracks. They're staying in line with our hips, so they're not wide. Still in line with our feet as if we're standing. We've just brought one back. The toes are still facing forward. With an inhale, we feel that length. With an exhale, allowing our body to melt forward. Resting our hands and our legs if we needed the added support, or we could hold on to something in front of us. If we can touch the floor, that's great. If not, know that it's okay. Find the weight of your body between your 2 feet so you're not pushing your weight backwards or forwards. But it's as if where your belly button is, you're sending your weight there into the ground in between both feet. From here, if you can, you're going to have your right hand on your leg, resting just underneath the knee. You're going to work at twisting that body to look up to the ceiling. You can also hold on to something in front of you, or if you can, onto the floor. And again, you want to wiggle those fingers above your shoulder and look up to your waving hand saying hello. Staying with your breath here. And keeping your hips facing forward as if they're on a train track, or as if they're headlights and you're making a show, you're a projector, and you don't want that movie theatre image to move. You want to keep it straight and grounded where it is. And then exhale, you're going to bring both arms down, having the left hand now on your foot as you lift that right arm up. So this is like the triangle that we did yesterday when we were a lot higher up. Then we can rest the hand on the floor or something in front of us. We want to wave at that top hand. From here, keep that weight in that hand, wherever it is on the leg. We're going to bend that front knee. I'm going to bring the back leg back so we're into our warrior 2 position. So now my left leg is bending forward, knee over toe. I'm leaning my body weight on my thigh. My right leg is back with the foot facing 3 o'clock and my right arm is above my shoulders. From here on an exhale, I'm going to lift my body up so my arms are at shoulder height. I'm feeling all 4 areas of my feet on the ground. I'm going to straighten my leg on an exhale. On the next exhale, we're bending our leg again. I'm going to come into chair, so we're going to right leg forward towards our left, keeping our stomach engaged, so we're not tucking, and resting where we are. Next exhale, we're going to stand up. I'm going to do that pattern again, this time on the left. Don't worry, it is challenging. We're starting to put a few of the ideas that we've put together now, so we're going to take it slow. So again, standing, feet facing forward, we're going to bring that left leg back. So our feet are still facing forward. Inhale, we're going to find the length. Exhale, we're folding down, whether this is holding onto our legs, something in front of us, or the floor. Knowing this is without judgment. We're imagining a movie theatre screen in front of us. Our hips are the projectors, so we're keeping them facing forward so they're not twisting. We're imagining, and if you can, touching your hip bones. And imagine these are the beams of light for the projector. We're now, if we can, going to take our left hand, put them on the leg in front of us or the floor, whatever works. And we're going to lift that right arm up, wiggling the fingers so we're looking up to the ceiling. Staying with our breath. Try and keep the legs as straight as you can here, but if you do need to do a slight bend, that is okay. Feeling the energy spreading out across us, up to the ceiling and down into the floor. Then exhale, we're going to bring that arm down and swap. So our right hand is grounded, whether this is on our leg, an object or the floor, and bring that left arm above us, wiggling and waving hello. We're going to keep that weight where we are. We're going to bring that back leg, so our left leg back. I'm going to put our weight now onto our thigh. So now my right leg is in front, knee over toe. My left leg, my back leg is straight with the feet pointing towards 9 o'clock. My left arm is above my left shoulder and my right arm is resting on my thigh. With an exhale, I'm going to lift my body up, bring the arms to both shoulder height. Next exhale, I'm going to straighten my leg. Next exhale, I'm going to lower again. Next exhale, I'm going to come into chair position by keeping my core engaged and just allowing that back foot to shuffle forward. Next exhale, coming up. So we're going to do that a few more times on either side. Don't worry, it is challenging. We are putting all these different ideas together. But it's really helpful to imagine that pull that we were talking about, as if this side and this side are pulling to actually keep our balance. And I'll talk you through it all. So we're standing neutral, feet facing forward, bringing that right foot back. Inhale, finding the length. Exhale, folding forward to wherever is comfortable for you. Now we're going to keep that right arm grounded on what we need, lifting that left arm up, wiggling, saying hello to ourselves. Next exhale, bringing that arm down, placing the left arm to ground, lifting that right arm up, wiggling up, saying hello. So right now our lower body hasn't really moved, it's just our upper body. From here we're keeping that weight in the left, we're shifting that right leg back, so we're coming into our warrior 2 position. So now my right leg is facing 3 o'clock and is straight. My front leg is knee over toes with bent arms. Next exhale, I'm coming up, so both of my arms are like an aeroplane. Feeling all 4 edges of my feet. Next exhale, I'm straightening that leg. So again, I'm keeping that sturdy, that strength in my upper body. Next exhale, I'm bending again. And on our next exhale, we're going to come to chair. So we're going to twist our weight forward, twisting that back leg and allowing that foot to come in, keeping the engagement in the core. And exhale. Do the same again to the other side. So we're going to bring our left leg back. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, folding down to wherever it's comfortable. Then we're going to keep our left hand grounded, our right arm's coming up, we're waving hello to ourselves. Next exhale, the arm comes down, the right arm stays grounded, and the left arm comes up, making sure we apply even pressure to each area. Right arm staying where it is, the front leg's going to bend, and we're going to shift that left foot back, so we're coming into that warrior 2 position. Finding the length in the spine. Next exhale, we're coming up to our airplane arms. Still feeling all 4 edges of our feet, the engagement, the grounded that we've been working on for a week. Exhale, we're straightening that leg. Still feeling strong and powerful in our upper body. We're not feeling moved by the movement that is happening below us. Next exhale, we're bending that front leg. And next exhale again, we're twisting our weight, our body forward. Allowing that back leg to shuffle forward, keeping the engagement in the core. Exhale, coming up. We'll do that one more time in each side. I'm going to keep it at this speed for today. I'm going to slowly keep working on it until eventually it just becomes a flow, like this. So, breathing in, that right leg goes back. Feeling the length, breathing out, we're folding down to where works for us today. Next exhale, that right arm staying down, left arm was waving hello. Exhale, coming back to neutral. Left arm's coming down, right arm's coming up. Feel the length of the engagement from up and down. So you're feeling this top arm pulling, the bottom arm feeling grounded with your feet. Next exhale, you're going to bend that front leg. Allow that right leg to come backwards and come up to a warrior 2. Knee over toe. My back foot's facing 3 o'clock. With an exhale, I'm coming up nice and strong. My arms are shoulder height. Next exhale, I'm going to straighten that leg. Staying with your breath. Make sure you're feeling grounded. If you need to check to see if you're in alignment, do. Slow and steady wins the race. Next exhale, we're going to bend that front leg again. And remembering how we're going to adjust into our chair position. For our next exhale, we're going to twist that weight forward and allow that back leg to come meet us. Our toes are in line as if they're not in competition at a race. No, they're both meeting. Straightening up on the next exhale. Inhale, we'll find the length, that left leg's coming back. Exhale, we're folding forward. We're keeping that left arm where it is, our right arm's coming up. We're waving hello to ourselves. Again, we're feeling that pull, we're feeling that groundedness. We're allowing our body to open and we're breathing through any resistance. Exhale, we're swapping, so our right arm's being rounded, our left arm is coming up. Noticing if we're finding a difference in either side. Waving hello to ourselves. We're keeping that arm grounded, we're allowing our left leg to bounce back. Our foot is facing 9 o'clock and our right knee is over our right heel. Nice exhale, we're going to come up again, feeling nice and strong. Our fingers are reaching out, our head is reaching up, and our feet are earthed in the earth beneath us. Next exhale, we're straightening that leg. Staying with your breath for a minute, thinking of all the intricacies that you are doing right now, no matter how difficult it may be. Every day we're challenging ourselves, and we can always find challenge in something we may have done 1,000,001 times. Next exhale, we're bending that foot again, and we're thinking of the journey we're going to take to get into chair. So for the next exhale, we're twisting our body and bringing that left foot forward, feeling the engagement of our core and needing to touch it if that helps us. Next exhale, we're coming up. You need to shake that off quickly. We're going to come back down to the ground again. We're going to go back to all fours, just like we did yesterday. So our wrists and our shoulders are stacked, our knees and our heels are stacked. And you may want to start by playing with your weight again. Lifting up the hands, noticing where your body is today, engaging the core up into the spine. And then lifting that back leg as well. Really working on finding that stillness. When you've played around with that for a bit, you might have adjusted your body weight just to find out where your centre place is, having a play with the balance between left and right, forward and back. Feel grounded in your all fours. You're feeling the weight that all 4 areas are having in contact with the earth. You're feeling the pull that's coming from the top of the head and the tailbone outwards to keep your body and your back nice and straight. You're feeling strong, strengthened and ready. And then exhale, you're going to bring that right leg up, that left arm, coming back in, swapping to the other side. We're working on our diagonals. You're wanting to keep imagining that contact with the top of the head and the tailbone. Feeling that pull and how you're still the same solid structure, so you can allow yourselves to work these diagonals. You're using your breath to try and keep your arm and leg in time. We're going to be practicing these a few times, so don't worry, because I am hitting you with some quite challenging stuff. And when you finish that set, we're going to go into that variation of pigeon that we did last time. So then inhale, we're bringing that left leg, our right arm up. Exhale, we're allowing our body to meet our hips. The left leg staying long, the right arm's reaching in front of us. For the next inhale, imagine that journey coming forward, still feeling that lift from the head and the tail. And exhale, returning to all fours. Do the same the other way. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, coming down. You're going to do 2 more of these on each side in the time of your own breath and what works for you, whether you want to go fast or slow. And then we're going to meet in child's pose. Keeping that length in the tailbone. Keeping that calmness. That trust in the stillness. Keeping your fingers spread when you're in all fours. Really finding and rooting yourself down. And when you're done, remembering that we're going to meet in child's pose, in a nice restoring position. When you're in this child's pose, really keep those fingers stretched out. Keep that engagement with the world. Feel the contact of your forehead with the earth beneath you. From here, you're going to come back up into all fours and allow your feet to come out to what would be the edge of the mat. If you're not using a mat, it's just outside where your hips naturally are. And you're going to fold back down into child's pose again to really engage those inner hips. Staying with your breath. You're going to come up and you're going to sit on the floor. So you're going to come into a cross-legged position. So my right foot is in front of my left foot. My heels are in line. Staying upright, and I'm just relaxing where I am right now. Everyone's hips are different. I have naturally very tight hips. It takes quite a lot for me to have to open them. I normally have to do about a 30-minute session just on my hips. So yours may be lower than mine, they may be higher. That's completely okay. If you're finding any discomfort, that I did for a very long time as well, you can sit on a cushion or a block, and that's just going to help relieve some of the pressure as well. You're going to start by taking your right hand, moving it behind your back, twisting towards that right hand side, keeping the length. If you can, you're going to get that hand and you're going to reach on the inner thigh of your left leg. And if you're doing this, making sure you're still engaging by pulling down the shoulder, you'll feel it here slightly. My left arm is just resting in front of my left knee, but it's not pushing or actively engaged. Stay with your breath here. Feel this twisting sensation in your body. Notice your engagement to the room, to the earth beneath you and the sky above you. Feel that length of energy still coming through your body, even though it's twisted. Exhale, coming out. You're going to swap your feet. So my right foot is now coming closest to me, my left foot in front, keeping those heels in line. So they're like this. Inhale, lifting up. My left arm is going to come behind my back, resting there if that's enough, or if I can, reach into my inner thigh. My right arm is resting just in front of my right knee, and I'm looking at the environment around me. Exhale, coming back. And sitting however feels comfortable, whether you want to stay in this position, if you want to swap your feet around again, if you want to come to all fours, that's completely okay. You're going to sit upright, and from whatever position you're in, you're going to start moving your hands on the ground as if they're walking, as if they're feet of an animal walking forward. Wherever feels comfortable, where you can feel a slight stretch, but you can breathe through it without too much pain. Just focus on your hands and how they look on the earth right now. This is your gaze, your drishti. Allow the fingers to spread and feel each fingertip's contact with the earth. Looking at our pinkies, our ring finger, our middle finger, index finger, and thumb. And we'll walk back out again. I'm going to do that one more time. So if you are sitting cross legs and want to swap around, this is the time to. If you're happy where you are, then stay. Inhale, lifted. Exhale, walking those hands forward, feeling the fingertips and the contact it has with the earth, and keeping your drishti, your gaze, on those fingertips. Stay with your breath. Inhale and exhale. The length is still in my back. I'm still feeling that engagement between my head and my tailbone as we start to sense our animalistic nature. And exhale and walk back out. So thank you very much for joining us in today's session. Tomorrow we're going to be working more on this animal quality that we just started to introduce at the end, and this contact more with the earth and this survival instinct, this hunter nature within us, this need to survive and thrive, be it in our goals, our personal life, or just life in general. So thank you very much, and I'll see you